I would like you to join me in welcoming Chief Tim Roddy, the Chief Police of the City of Struthers. I recently visited his parish. I met him. I asked him to come and share about his service as a police officer to his community and his church. And he obliged me. Please, my dear friends, join me in welcoming Chief Tim Roddy.
Good evening, everyone. This is my third one today, so I hope I saved up all the good stuff for the last one. Father Benson invited me here about a month ago, and I was looking forward to it from the moment that we started talking. And the circumstances surrounding why we met, some of you might know, he was preaching during the homilies at our we have 3 services on a weekend, and I guess on the outset it looks like security, and that's what I'm here to explain. Just the police officer in the church, and I know Father Benson kind of might not have been taken aback by it, but it's unusual to see a uniformed police officer in a church. So after church was over, we introduced ourselves to each other, and I went about my business, taking care of the rest of the things after church. And one of the ushers came to me and said that someone's car got ran into in the parking lot, and lo and behold, Father Benson had parked his vehicle legally in the parking lot, and an older gentleman who probably shouldn't have been driving backed into his car, so he needed a police report. And Father Benson and I were just talking about this today, that if that wouldn't have happened, then we wouldn't have had the 5-10 minutes to discuss my whole purpose of being in that church, which once I explained it to him, I could see his eyes sparkle. He's like, we have Stewardship Month coming up in October. I would love for you to come and speak of what you provide to your church. And that all happened shortly after the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting in 2018. Our pastor at the time spoke to his parish council, and they saw a need for some added security. So when I was approached with this, I was kind of leery. I grew up in the church. Why have uniformed police officers? And then he explained things to me. It's more for the comfort of the people. If they feel safe, then they're going to be safe in their minds. So I went along with it. During that time, I wanted to take a different approach. Me being the police chief of a relatively small community, there's about 12,000 people that live in Struthers. We border the southeast side of Youngstown, for those of you that aren't familiar. So it's not that it's a bad area, but it's an older area. The city's been around for about 110 years, 120 years. So it's an old steel mill town, sort of like a lot of things Akron, Canton, Massillon areas. So it's an old community, a lot of older members in the church. They want to feel safe. So I wanted to approach this as I am a steward not only of my community, but of my parish. So I knew a lot of the people already. I I knew a lot of their children, their grandchildren. I knew a lot of the parents of the kids that I was involved with. From there, I set about to, and I'm sure some of you saw me out in the, what do you call it, vestibule, the gathering space. When I first got here, I was opening doors. That's what I do. I stand at the front doors, open them. Hey, Mrs. Smith, how are you doing today? How's your mother? You know, just wanted to make myself more approachable. A lot of the community that goes to church doesn't need the police. They have no idea what the police do other than what they see on TV, read in the papers. I wanted to give them a good look at what we are supposed to do. Now, I am more than certain that I know that not all police are good, but not all police are as bad as what they're made out to be. So I wanted to make it a point that I was going to be there as often as I can, know as much as I could about, not that I'm diving into people's personal lives, but no first names, no last names. Make it a point to mention things like, hey, I saw you were walking with a limp last week. Everything okay? Just make it a point to be that personal friend that they didn't know that they needed. And it has proven over the past 5 years to really be a benefit, not only to the church and the parish, but more so to me. We had 8 o'clock Mass this morning and then 11 o'clock Mass, and I've already gotten 2 texts, where were you? So it's nice to be missed. But I had told people that I have another calling. I have important business to take care of. And I want to thank Father Benson for that. Everyone that I have met here has been wonderful. Very welcoming community in your parish. What a beautiful parish. Just asking people. It doesn't take much. It takes, basically take ownership of what you're proud of. I'm very proud of St. Nicholas and Holy Family Church in Struthers. Those are the 2 churches within our parish. And each one is so different. Each Mass is so different. I know this person sits up front every time. This person sits the 3rd seat from the aisle. I know because I paid attention, because it's important. Not so much to me, but it's important to them that I am there, which makes me feel even better because I am that face of the community. And that's the way that I can give back. I don't have any serviceable trades. I can't fix electric, but I can make you feel safe. I can be there when you have a question that needs to be asked. That's my role in my community. And to anybody else that has anything, give, because you get so much more in return. Thank you.